And the cry of the earth did not stop. It rose through the layers of the world, through the storehouses of wind and snow, through the chambers of stars, through the gates of fire, until it reached the place where such things are heard. And it was heard. They came in four pillars of light, descending not as invitation but as verdict, striking the earth at its four corners like nails driven into a frame that had come apart. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, the names that are not names so much as functions, the oldest instruments of a will that had been watching, and waiting, and was finished waiting. And Michael looked upon the earth and wept. This is what the scrolls do not prepare you for. That they weep. That the archangel who carries the sword of heaven, who has stood in the presence of the throne since before the mountains were set in their places, that he looked at what had become of the world and found in himself something that had to fall before he could act. One tear of light, one acknowledgement that this was not what was intended, and then the grief was finished, and what came after grief arrived in its place. And the four ascended, back through the clouds, back through the stars, back through the gate of white fire that separates what is from what is above what is. They carried the earth's accusation with them, pressed between their hands like a document, like evidence, like the letter of a people who have exhausted every other recourse and have nowhere left to send their cry but up. And the throne room received them. I cannot tell you what I saw there. I have tried. The scrolls are full of my attempts and none of them are sufficient. A throne of crystal and fire. Wheels turning within wheels, alive with eyes. 6 winged beings whose faces cannot be looked at directly, whose voices are the sound a sun would make if a sun could sing. Light so complete it does not illuminate, it simply is, the way truth simply is, the way the beginning of all things simply was before there was anything to witness it. And the four prostrated themselves before the throne. And they spoke in unison, in the language that was spoken before language, the language the stars were named in. And their plea for the earth went up like smoke, like incense, like the last breath of something that wants very much to live. And the throne answered, not in words, in a pulse of light, one single heartbeat of decision, felt across every level of creation simultaneously. In the throne room, a pulse. In the clouds below, a trembling. In the valleys of the ruined earth, every fire flickering at once, every animal raising its head, every surviving human stopping in the middle of whatever remained of their life and feeling, without knowing why, that something had changed. That the waiting was over. That what came next had been set in motion. And a single beam descended. Down through the gates, down through the heavens, down through the clouds, down through the night air of the mountain, through the stone roof of a dwelling where an old scribe had been kneeling since the light first came. Still kneeling, still waiting, his hands still open, his face still lifted. And the beam found him. As it was always going to find him. As he had always known, in the place beneath